Hello, this is the Loop Showcase. I am your host, D Banks, and we are here with Delavíe. Woo
Yo, thanks
woo!
for
Round
getting
of
my name right.
applause.
Most people like really butcher the name, so you got it on point.
Word,
Yeah,
word. I
they
did my
say
homework.
Delavíe.
I did my homework. That's what we're supposed to do. Get the
Thank you,
names
thank you.
right.
Appreciate it.
Yes, yes. Let's get this on and popping. So, Delavíe, we're excited to have you here with our network at the Loop Showcase, and excited for both of our platforms to get to know each other. And we're excited to learn more about who you are as an artist and all your artistic endeavors. So let's get going on. Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
tell us about your background and where you come from.
So I'm a Puerto Rican artist. I'm currently in New York right now. So I grew up here, very diverse environment, which I really appreciate because it kind of like made me who I am today, especially musically. Yeah, I kind of just grew up here and you know kind of learned
Where
my way
you
up. Where in New York,
Mhm.
you said? I live in Brooklyn right now.
Word, me too. I'm in Best Eye.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know why I thought you guys were like in Chicago or something because I saw something about Chicago.
Yeah,
But
we all over the place. Chicago, Atlanta, Ohio.
that's
You know,
awesome.
yeah, we
Yeah, I
all
live by Bay Ridge, Sheepshead Bay area, like down Brooklyn.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Um, growing up in Brooklyn, you got all this sound going on from hip hop, from the Latin community, all this fusion of sound that's happening in New York. How does this start to become a thing become a thing where you start to notice yourself as an artist? Or what was that moment where you knew that you wanted to be an artist? Or who was that person that said you're the it factor?
So how I started was in hip hop. So I started like rap. When I was in high school, I used to like joke around with my friends and rap. So I used to like do joke around rap battles, and that's
Yeah.
when one of my friends, he actually said, "Yo, you should take it seriously." So we started writing musicals for like our school plays and stuff, and
Mm.
then I actually won a poetry slam, but with like I guess with my rap verses or something. It was like the Knicks poetry slam at like a New Rican Cafe, which is like a very famous Puerto Rican cafe. New Rican stands for New York Puerto Rican, so it was kind of fitting that I wound up winning that poetry slam, and then I kind of still didn't take it seriously after until I was about like I would say about like 21, 22, where I was kind of going to school and I was like, I kind of want to take this seriously because I wanted to, I don't know, have more fun with it, but also like take it more seriously as a career.
Hmm.
And so I released my first EP, which was the High Tide EP. And then, yeah, I actually wound up going on tour in New Zealand for that EP because it blew up on SoundCloud, surprisingly.
Oh,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, yeah. So I did like a 3-city tour in New Zealand and yeah, that was like, I mean, that trajectory right there really made me want to take it more seriously, just because I could physically see the people in front of me were like really vibing with it,
Yeah.
and at that I was just some kid from Brooklyn. I wanted to flying across the world and having a successful tour, and that kind of like was like, whoa, okay, I got to really like sit down and really focus on this.
Oh,
So
awesome. I mean, it's interesting because it's not that many artists who are fortunate to have that type of platform to be international and to be able to spread their music globally. And
yeah, for sure.
I think what's beautiful now when it comes to music is not going through that one engine of going through a label. Like we have the SoundClouds, the Spotify's, Apple Music, where we don't have to really depend on the label to provide that access, as an artist. Now it's like you put that music out there and whoever attached to it, you know,
Yeah.
you get your own audience, your own community off of that and not the dependency on the label.
Right, yeah, and this is something that I don't talk about really ever. But after my New Zealand tour, I actually got offered like a deal from Sony.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, I mean, I didn't sign anything to not talk about it, so I'm sure I can. But yeah, I got offered a deal from Sony. I had a bunch of like independent labels hit me up and stuff like that. But I went to school for business, so I already knew like how contracts are supposed to work. I knew like what a 360 deal was, and that's essentially what I was getting was like people trying to offer me 360 deals, but I already knew where I was going. So I just wanted to focus on myself and investing in myself. So yeah.
That's dope. Well, let's get into that. You know, now that you are finding yourself as an artist and understanding your platform, or do you see yourself kind of being staying more of the independent route, or do you think you will eventually sign to a label?
I think labels are dead these days. I honestly think, I mean, for anybody that like any artist that might watch this or are watching right now, I would say like I have my own LLC that represents my music. So the only thing I'm interested in right now is partnerships
Mm,
that make sense and align with my brand. I think after the pandemic too, that changed a lot of how people consume content. I mean, I think everything's just on the internet now. Even with me, I had to stop. Even like coming off the tour in New Zealand, and then a couple of years after that, the pandemic hits. You kind of got to stop in your tracks and reanalyze like how you do business and also just how you perceive your brand. And I think that was really important to me around that time. So I just really wanted to focus on that, focus on my own business, focus on my brand, and then hopefully that transitions into more partnerships. But as far as signing a deal with a label, it would have to be like really beneficial on my end for me to even consider it.
mm, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stay in that path of your brand and identifying what that is for you. So you like to mix hip hop, rock, electronic. How did you even decide? Like, what was the influence of even understanding how to even fuse these three distinct genres together to make up your sound as Delavíe?
Well, first of all, you really did your research. I appreciate that because, yeah, those are exactly the sounds that I go for. It's kind of like a mix of hip hop, rock, and electronic music, I would say. What inspired those sounds is the band Linkin Park. That was what I grew up on. So that's how I got into rap, actually, because I
Okay.
used to listen to a lot of rock. And then yeah, when my dad actually he played Linkin Park a lot in his car, and I didn't know who that band was, but they were always mixing rock and rap, and that was like kind of like the first time that I got introduced to rap because I mean I'm not sure if you know that Linkin Park and Jay-Z they like did a collaboration.
Collaboration back in the early 2000s.
Right, right. So that's what introduced me to Jay-Z. And then that's when I was like going down the rabbit hole of like, oh, this is what rap is, this is what hip hop is. And then that's how I kind of like, opened the door for myself to be like, okay, maybe I could start writing stuff and now I'm to a point where I just want to mix genres up. I want to challenge myself because I'm not only a great songwriter, but I can execute on any level with any artist. So, I just want to, I guess, cultivate that within the Delavíe sound.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
With you being an emerging artist and navigating this a different sound that no one is really doing, we see it, but not in the way that not in the way that you are offering to the world. And also, this is kind of we would see something kind of like against what we see in terms of like the popularity of what we see as an artist now. So how are you finding ways to navigate that through the industry, through mainstream culture, and what lessons are you learning through that process?
I think what I'm learning is that, mainstream is what the people want it to be. So, whenever somebody hears just a sound that they really like, I mean, it spreads like a virus. And I think that's one of those, even the mindset of, let's just say virus. I know there's like a negative connotation to it, but like being like having that mindset of like having your song be a virus to your fans and like it's spreading around is like I try to think about it in a positive light in the sense that like if somebody really gets infected by this rhythm and by this new sound, they're going to spread it And I think like having a mainstream mindset like back in the early 2000s, I think that's over.
Yeah.
I think I think you just focus on you, and then eventually everything will bloom.
Yeah. 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 Um, so you have one EP out, you have some singles out.
Hmm.
What's happening? What's going on next? What's going on with Delavíe next?
So I just released my debut single as De La Vie, Changed My Mind. And so that's been going really well. It's a house music song, and it's like really focusing on the different sounds that I can create. So right now, I'm focusing on releasing my next single, which is called Tainted. It'll be releasing next month. It's a mix of pop and rock, basically pop rock and maybe hip hop if you kind of want to take it that way. But personally, I see it as more like a pop rock kind of single. So that'll be dropping next month. I still don't have the date for it, but I do know that it's next month. So, and then after that, I plan on releasing a few more singles and hopefully leading up to my debut project called Drowning in September. But we'll see what happens.
Can you speak
So yeah.
more about that project?
Yeah. So Drowning in September is about. I mean, I don't want to put like a definition on the album, but I guess for me, it's just about the feeling of kind of drowning in your own thoughts and
Mhm.
your own creativity as well. Because I think there's like a negative connotation with like drowning in your own thoughts. I think sometimes it could be a good thing. So that's how I'm kind of tackling it. It's like these are a bunch of sounds that I created just like in my own head, and hopefully you guys are rocking with it. So yeah, and the reason it's called Drowning in September is because like it feels like, I don't know, the vibe of the album feels like the month of September for me. So I was just like, fuck it,
So
Drowning in September.
that change of season.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. We have an audience member. They asked, what's Tainted about?
Oh, Tainted. So it basically, the song is about like maybe every time you like you touch something, or like get in contact with like an opportunity or something, sometimes it feels like bad luck,
Mhm.
but in reality it could be a good luck type of thing. So it's kind of seeing the positive in the negative. I really think that people are going to enjoy the track, and especially the music video that I have for it too. I think it's going to be really great. So
Yes, please keep us posted so we can help
oh,
promote.
oh yeah, for sure.
We're excited for that. Now, moving on to the fun side of things,
Let's go.
and our trendy topic of the day. So on Twitter, the trendy topic is the Spotify Wrapped, Unwrapped. Uh,
Right.
so based on your Spotify playlist, the artists that you listen to, the music that you're listening to, who are your top three artists?
Got you. Well, first of all, I don't use Spotify. I use Tidal because they pay artists
Okay,
more.
that's
So
super.
I'm gonna give you my Tidal Wrapped real quick. So I listened to an artist called 070 Shake. Um, she's a alternative hip hop artist. Kanye West actually put me onto her. So yeah, I really think that people should go check her out. Next artist I listen to is Christine and the Queens, which is actually a French artist, also alternative, but she's more like alternative rock, I would
Okay.
say. So definitely check her out too. And of course, I feel like everybody's bumping it. I listen to a lot of Drake as well. So definitely I was bumping Drake probably this whole year. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What about your top five songs?
Damn, top five songs. That's a tough one, man. I mean, I feel like um, definitely uh, one of the 070 Shake songs is called Rocket Ship. That was one of them. Damn, I feel like I can't remember all five. Can I give you three instead?
That's fine. Let's
Yeah, yeah, so definitely Rocket Ship. Then there's a song called Black Dress by the same artist, 070 Shake. And then there's a song Body by Christine and the Queens. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, like Christine and the Queens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, all right. You have all the money in the world to make one of the most iconic albums. Who are going to be your three key features, and who are going to be your three key producers?
Ooh. Well, first I'll start with producers first. I feel like that's the most important. I love Timbaland, so we're gonna have to get Timbaland on board
Yeah,
for sure.
that's Timberland.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm gonna pick Pharrell. Pharrell is the next one for sure. I gotta get him. And I want to pick an underrated producer, so I'm gonna pick my producer, Funk Beats, who produces all my work. I gotta put him on the list. So Timbaland and Funk Beats and Pharrell, we're gonna make something crazy. And then the next three, you said features, right?
Yes.
Damn, that's a crazy one too. Man, I always wanted to work with Post Malone because I feel like we can make something crazy. The artist Halsey, I would love to work with her too. And I guess I'll pick 070 Shake just because I really vibe with her music. So yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right now. All right, Delavíe, we thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Delavíe's having some projects coming up. He has the project No Sleep in September.
No, no, Drowning in September.
Drowning in
Yeah.
September, y'all.
Yeah, yeah,
Drowning in
yeah.
September. Tainted.
Tainted, yeah. Tainted will be coming out next month, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted for sure. Hopefully, you guys love the track.
Yes, please stay in tune with Delavíe. He has a lot going on. And are there any events that's happening in New York or anywhere that's coming up in
Well,
the next?
last year I did a show in Spain.
Okay.
I did a show in Spain, yeah, last year, and it went pretty well. So I plan on going back in the next couple months, most likely. And yeah, other than that, I definitely plan on doing a show in New York. I used to do a lot of shows in New York before the pandemic, but since the pandemic ended, I haven't done an event. So I definitely want to build up to that momentum and then hopefully do a great show. And I hope to see you there. You're in
Oh
Brooklyn,
yeah,
right? So
let me know. I'm
yeah, we gotta get you out there. So,
sure.
but yeah, definitely.
All right, y'all. All right, family and community. This is D Banks and Delavíe. Delavíe, thank you so much for taking the time to be out here with us today, virtually in the virtual
Oh
realm.
yeah, thanks for having me
Of
for sure.
course, we're excited to learn more about your work and to dig into the music that you have to offer to this world.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I really
All right,
appreciate it.
y'all. It's on one.